Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TW video. We are on the road to Turning Point and we have our second of 4 tapings en route to that. Last week we brought you 17 segments. Today we bring you 16 as we continue to hopefully put forward the best card possible. Remember, tonight your main event is Loser Leaves Town. It is Stu Grayson versus Jeff Hardy. So without further ado, we'll crack on to this week's episode. Thanks for watching, let's do it. So I decided off the bat to take a bit of a gamble. We have went with an opening segment with Jordynne Grace and Ronda Rousey, and this scores a 68. Ronda looking good and this segment deserving better announcing, so obviously that'll be fixed once Matt Striker's back. My thinking behind this is obviously you've got the star power of Ronda Rousey that you're hoping to draw that onto other people, and I certainly believe it can help her Knockouts division thrive. Jordynne's going to be in the first match, so she's come down to the ring, she's preparing for that opening contest of the evening, and just as she's getting ready to wait for her opponent, Ronda Rousey comes out and she just basically talks about herself. She talks about how happy she is to be in Impact Wrestling, how she's looking forward to developing talent as well, the likes of her tag partner Jamie Hayter. And then that comes to the elephant in the room. She says she could be selfish, she could go after that Knockouts Championship. But let's just say she's putting Jordynne Grace on notice. She's just basically saying, I don't need the championship now, but you're just a placeholder, because one day we will do battle and I will take that championship belt from you. So it's kind of a wee case of kind of getting in the head of Jordynne Grace and really just making her be a bit nervy going forward, but basically making a statement that Ronda Rousey wants to run the Knockouts division. So Jordynne's got that in her mind before she competes in her opener today, and she faces the friend of course, the former champ Taya Valkyrie and the former Fia Trinidad. And it was about they had good heat and decent wrestling. Jordynne picks up the win in 7:54 with the fall from Grace. A 51. The reason I put these two together is Fia still has one of the most amounts of overness within the Knockouts division, and she's not someone I'm going to say is going to be like a multiple time contender for the belt. So I feel like she's good in getting the likes of Jordynne Grace and others to a higher level. And of course Fia Trinidad is young enough where we can certainly have long-term aspirations of her usage in Impact Wrestling. But today she does the job and the champion picks up a win in non-title competition. We then have more Knockouts news, knowing that we will have a debut in the upcoming weeks of Hell's Favourite Demon? Oh, that's not Harlot or something? I don't even know what her nickname was, I've forgotten already, but Priscilla Kelly anyway will be coming to Impact Wrestling. Of course, this mod started way back in December 2020, so that is the reason why she's a free agent in this, and of course not under the NXT guise of Gigi Dillon. So we'll take her as a new signing as we hope to have a thriving women's division. Speaking of the Knockouts division, we had about the subpar wrestling and Little Heat. Venny picking up the win over Ram Chiacho in 6:11 with the space rolling elbow. A 37 here, Venny with a 40 performance despite being off their game. Yeah, it makes me laugh as well. When I signed Venny in the WWE Sev, she was down as Asuka, and I'm like, oh, there's another Asuka kicking about, and obviously I didn't know too much about Venny, if anything, and then learned about through the AEW stuff as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to the usage and hopefully another successful athlete in our Knockouts division. Good win for Venny. Then have Sami Callihan cut a promo, a very strong 65 non-scripted promo, and he talks about he likes the idea of a television championship and he feels that's the perfect position for him right now, if not the world title. So he's putting his name forward to participate in that matchup. He's also in action, he takes on Chris Bay in a good match, and he wins in 9:31 with a lariat. So a very competitive matchup here, draws a 57 rating, 59 for Callihan and a 54 for Chris Bay. Moving along, we have some more Knockouts action. This one was decent, and it was Matsumoto defeating Tenille Dashwood in 6:38 with a Liger Bomb. This was only a 38. Tenille was very reluctant to put over Hiroyu Matsumoto, so I felt like it was a position where we had to keep her strong, make it the storytelling match which will affect its rating, but hopefully Matsumoto will gain some overness for this because I feel like she can be a very good hand in our knockouts division. We then had a bout between Pavel Kirkin and Ken Shamrock. Pretty poor matchup here, terrible wrestling. Shamrock wins in just over 6 minutes. 33, Kirkin's still struggling to really get over in the US audience. Obviously he is losing a lot, but that's his intent and purpose. Both guys don't click, but Shamrock will get some positive momentum. And he obviously hypes up, just saying, look what I've done to this absolute no name. And in a few weeks' time, Matt Riddle, it's what I'm going to do to you. So that was a 38 rated matchup. Or segment even, sorry. More knockouts action, and this one was an extremely short match as Jamie Hayter picks up the win over Maki Ito in 5:18 with a Falcon Arrow. Again, we're just trying to slowly, surely get over Jamie Hayter, and I feel like Maki Ito was in a good position of overness that we could rub some of that onto Jamie. She's struggling with a bruised tailbone, which obviously affected the matchup, as you can see, but when you're rated on main event spotlight, these are the kind of gambles you can take over the course of the show. Jamie getting better at gimmick and hopefully getting over slowly but surely. And then Ronda just cuts a solo promo just saying how well Jamie Hayter done there. An impressive victory earlier on from Jordan Grace, but she says, yeah, it's just a matter of time and Ronda Rousey will be Knockouts champion. I'm liking the fact she's going to have strong promo skills, which could pretty much mean we can use her in any spot, which is good. Next up, we had a match that had some good heat and decent wrestling. Chad Bates picks up the win over Johnny Dango in 9:35 with a roll-up, so a bit of a shock there for Johnny Dango, didn't expect the defeat. Both guys had pretty good chemistry together and that lifted the match up. Chad Bates with a very impressive 65. This gave a 54 rating for Chad Bates, so not a great return to wrestling for the former Fandango. Johnny Dango picks up another L. And then we have a good match between the Inflictors of Pain, the champs, and Alex Reynolds and John Silver in 7:33 when Dinza pinned Alex Reynolds with the last chapter. So a 54, the champs get a good non-title victory. And that's two of the Dark Order members defeated today, so that's going to be interesting. More on that later on. Because we have Matt Hardy and Evil Uno getting into a scuffle backstage, and it's basically a case of Matt Hardy's saw the injuries sustained at the expense of the Inflictors of Pain by Silver and Reynolds. He's taken out Evil Uno, so that means tonight our main event is going to be Jeff Hardy, Stu Grayson, one-on-one. Stu's really under pressure to survive in this company, and that segment was a 51 there. And that matchup was only a 56. I think it was more so because of the announcing. But it's a pair matchup. Jeff picks up the win over Stu in 14:04 with a Swanton Bomb. 67 performance for Jeff Hardy, 48 for Stu Grayson. The match deserved better announcing because obviously still just Don Callis. And a 56 segment there. And we end the show with Kurt Angle banning Stu Grayson and officers escort him from the building. A 52, the farewell of Stu Grayson in Impact Wrestling, and we finish our show with 56, which still gives us an increase of popularity within 34 regions. So I'm happy with that one. It certainly was a good opportunity to have a lot of knockouts in action. Good to know that Ronda Rousey can carry the show on a promo, and obviously taking into effect we'll be losing Stu Grayson, utilising that to a storyline between events. So that's it for this episode. We will continue on the road to Turning Point, and hopefully you'll join us for the next week's taping in a few days' time. Thanks for watching, take it easy, see you soon, bye bye.